Hello.
All right, so do the theme music first. It's here.
Yeah, we can't.
Good.
That light is so bright on us.
All right, Cindy, you're
Oh,
on.
hey! Hey, everybody! Merry Christmas! It's Jay and Cindy sitting in a tree, and this is Rob Seidel, my practice husband, as we call him, but my ex-husband. And we all have we're having a difficult time. Well,
We're all drinking wine.
we're all
too.
drinking wine too. Yeah.
Have a drink.
God. Okay, so we're doing a special edition. We've talked about our exes before. We talk about our exes a lot on Jay and Cindy Sitting in a Tree. And the holidays can be very complicated, not just with parents, aging parents, cousins, aunts, uncles.
Bad gifts.
But also with exes, and how do exes fit in, and with the children, and then soon, God willing or not, grandchildren and all that kind of stuff. So we just wanted to kind of give you a peek at what
Our reality.
about what our reality is and can be for some people, not for all people. We talked to many people who said, I would never allow my ex in the house, which is fine.
I said the same thing, but I lost.
These two are actually very good friends, so we're not even gonna.
How is the tent? Is it nice outside?
I love the tent.
It's
He
awfully
keeps
cold.
talking about the tent.
It's a very nice tent.
I told
really.
him the tent
It's a
was an
three-person
upgrade.
tent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, you should know. You go out in that.
Yes.
When you get.
I call it the doghouse.
Yeah, that's right. Right. Yeah. Tent, doghouse, same thing. Yeah. Hi, I'm Rob.
I'm
So
Jay.
this is we're putting a face to the name. We've talked
Very
again
handsome
about
face too.
Right, yeah. Very.
I'm over here.
And he's single and he's looking. Yeah, so anybody, any ladies out there, wanting? Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll put your number at the bottom of
I
it.
think in the show notes, right?
Right.
There are no show notes.
So we have some kind of special circumstances. We have children who are not just all over the country; they live all over the world. And so the times that we can get everybody together in one place is pretty rare, and
It takes planning.
Yeah.
takes a lot of
And
planning.
energy.
And that's even with vacations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything. Yeah.
So we do everything that we can to make it easiest on our kids. So our kids don't have to spend one day here and one day there and all kinds of stuff. And so I think all of us have tried really, really hard to take the high road, to use a lot of humor,
A lot of
to take our stuff, our personal stuff, and bank it for a short period of time.
And the way we did a lot of that is when this all started, we sat down and made rules.
Yeah.
And that you didn't make the rules, he didn't make the rules, I didn't make the
kind
rules.
of made the rules
We
together.
said
Right.
if you're having a bad time or you're feel an argument coming on, you take that person to another room and don't pull everybody else into it. It's
Yeah.
one thing that was really
Yeah.
saving.
Healthy boundaries.
Yeah.
And, I think that this really has been a choice that we have made. And it's not just between Cindy and me. It started with that, but then, of course, Jay came into the picture, and I that could have been very difficult for me, but I chose not to have it be that way for lots of different reasons. And I count Jay as one of my very good friends, which is so unusual in our world today. And
Right.
And I think it's really special to be able to do that. And I think collectively wish for as much of the world that can open their field to be able to do what we've done, not necessarily exactly how we've done it, but to be able to do that in your own life, and to realize that, that there are sometimes, necessary endings. George Stewart, my partner, was telling me about a book that he's read that has been very impactful in his life, and it's called Necessary Endings. And it happens to be a Christian book, but it's still, there's a real relevance to it. And Necessary Endings, and you and I had a necessary ending. And our lives are both better having made that end and moved on, they're both better than they would have been had we just sort of stuck to it and sort of, we're going to try to power through this. And
well, we did that. We powered through for 25 years, and we finally got tired of powering through. And one thing, there are many things that are unusual, but one thing that's unusual is Rob and I were together for 25 years, and we really liked each other. The problem wasn't that we didn't like each other. I think what we realized is that we could be better partners to other people. And we were together from the time that we were pretty young, and you don't really know what you need or yourself, what you want, where you're going to want to be. And it took this kind of awakening for us to go, you know what, I like you, but you deserve something more. I deserve something more. And then Jay came into the picture, and they're kind of similar in some ways, and they have similar interests, and they both really respected each other. I don't think there wasn't much chest pounding, which was really, really super nice. Yeah.
That's it. That's been all of it, right?
That was all of it.
You just saw it.
That was it.
We witnessed it.
Yeah. But what do you think makes this? Well, so hold on.
Back up the bus.
Back up. Jay is very open, but your previous relationships haven't been so open. So, and that's what a lot of people experience. So can you talk to the people that listen, which are a fair amount of people, more than 5, that will get into partnerships where they're like, you do what? You're friends with whom? You want to hang with who? Like, can you talk about your experience?
You're talking about post you and
yes.
and
so other people that we won't mention any names.
I think people can be very territorial, and we all have a preset mindset, I think, about who we think we are and who we think our partner is supposed to be. Mm-hmm. Something that we sort of have an idea, and I can remember when Cindy and I were first married, that we got married. We moved twice in 1 year, and one of those moves was cross country from Dallas up to Northern Virginia. And Cindy, when she first got to Northern Virginia, she wanted to take a break from working. She'd been working for a long time and working really hard, and she wanted to take a break. And I went to my office and I worked, and I played the husband, and she played the wife. And I came home and the house was not immaculate. And I said, "What did you do all day?" And she said, "I did what I wanted to do." And we just had this. I just had this preconceived idea that a wife was supposed to be like my mother was, that the house was always immaculate, everything's put away, and dinner's on the stove, and we're going to sit down and read the paper and have a drink.
Leave it to Beaver.
Leave it to Beaver. It was very Leave it to Beaver, and that was not her. And that was just a huge awakening for me. And so I think there are a lot of people that go through our lives never really challenging the beliefs that we've grown up with. And that growing up process is that there's sort of 2 stages of that for where we are in our lives. One is 0 through 18 to 22, and then from 22 until now. And 22 until now is when we grow up as adults, mm-hmm. and we grow together with other adults, mm-hmm. typically, a beloved. And that's when a lot of the beliefs from 0 to 18 come out. Mm-hmm. And you realize that that's not the way everybody believes. And so mm-hmm. the reality is that people have beliefs, and they have beliefs, and they have opinions, and they have ideas about the way things should be. And
so what are the challenges that you've had with your girlfriends, mm-hmm. right? In trying to do what we're doing right now, what were the objections? What were the challenges?
People don't get that we can be friends.
They
think that if I'm divorced from her, I should dislike her. She should be the enemy, right? Mm-hmm. She should be the enemy. Jay certainly should be the enemy. And I personally decided when we decided to get divorced, we're both 55 now, and I'm sorry, I probably shouldn't have said that.
That's okay.
But,
No, we're
so
really
we're both
honest about
55,
ages.
and so we decided. I decided at 45 when we decided to get divorced that I don't know how long I have to live, but it's anywhere from 0 to 40 or 50 years even, depending on medical science and my genes and all that. It's a long time to be pissed off, and I didn't want to be pissed off. Didn't want to be pissed off at her. I didn't want to ever have to put my kids in the middle. And there have been girlfriends in the past that by virtue of trying to keep everybody happy, I've been put in the middle.
Yes.
And my kids have been put in the middle.
Yes.
And this is the first Christmas that we've had together because I'm not with a girl right now. And so for that reason, I have the freedom to do
whatever you want.
Whatever I want. And I want to be here. I want to be here because my kids are here.
Yeah.
But I also want to be here because I really enjoy these two people. We have fun together.
We do have fun.
Jay and I have our fun together.
Yeah.
We have a separate fun together than the three of us have.
Yes.
Cindy and I have our fun together.
Yeah.
It just really works. I mean, it's like being with great friends.
Yeah. Well,
Which
because
is-
we are great friends. Okay, so people think that if you and I are friends, that there's got to be more going on.
I don't think that is the common theme. I think the common theme is more that you this just can't be. You cannot remain friends, and
There has to be another reason why you want to hang around us. Are you still in love with her?
Yeah. Did they
or-
question like that's the?
no, I don't think that's really been.
It's just they think it's just weird because
just
we
weird.
don't hate each other.
It's just weird.
It's just
Right.
weird because we don't hate each
I
other.
think that's
And
primarily
to
what it is.
get to know us, they're going to find out we're weird.
We are weird.
That's why
We
they
are
think
weird.
it works.
Right, right,
Yeah.
and we like it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. Absolutely like it that way. So, so I think that's super important to talk about because these are the challenges that people face. You have girlfriends or boyfriends and they just want you or expect you to hate the other party. And you know what? I mean, Rob has lots of reasons to hate me. I have lots of reasons to hate him. I mean, when you're together with someone for 25 years, you've been through the best and the worst, and you've seen everything in between.
There's been some wounding that's happened.
Of course.
There's been
Trauma.
some wounding. Right.
Yeah. I mean, that's in every relationship. So, you can choose, like Rob said, I love what you said. You could either choose to be angry for the rest of your life, or you could choose to do something different.
And, I could see sort of into the future thinking about our kids' weddings, my daughter's wedding, my son's wedding, as the case may be, and the birth of grandchildren
yes.
and whatnot. And I always want it to
Graduation,
be a joyous thing where we could come together and it wouldn't be awkward
And
like
they
it
would
was
be nervous.
for...
They would be nervous about us getting along.
Right.
Yeah,
What-
so it
oh,
would mess
what
up,
if,
would,
right.
Yeah, mess up,
Keep them apart.
Right, let's make sure Rob's over there and Jay and Cindy are here in the tree.
Yeah, so it really puts the kids... So, I mean, we can really see how it could really put the kids in such an awkward place because the kids are going to want everybody to be happy. They want dad to be happy. They want mom to be happy. They want to be able to like Jay. They want to be able to like your girlfriends and
Right.
your future spouse. And when people can't be in that place, whether it was because truly the other person was a bad player, there are people who are bad spouses, or whether there's just, no, he was not a bad, he wouldn't be here if he was a bad spouse. Yeah. I've seen it happen way, way, way too much where the children are really the ones who lose. Like with us, it's a big, big family. It's just, the family just grows. It changes, the definition changes, and
It
it
really
just
does.
grows.
That's a good way to put it. But I think that a lot of parents, when they decide to get divorced, they say, we're not going to put our kids in the middle.
And they do.
And the reality is that anger and emotion and money are the things that destroy that. And even the best of intentions to not put the children in the middle are, I think, fail in most cases.
Yeah, but you can do everything that you can to either try to fix it or clean up your mess or not to make it happen in the future or
if
minimize it.
If people, your book, and the title says a lot to me about what we're going through and what we're doing. And it's You Were in Love Once Upon a Time. Mm-hmm. And I think if people remember, just stop and think, we were in love once upon a time.
Right.
Right.
So why can't we get along now?
Well, there were things that obviously there are good qualities that you're attracted to.
Sure.
Just because they couldn't stay in them, or you couldn't stay in them, or whatever, doesn't mean that those qualities don't exist. So I think it's more, okay, so I think you're right. It's more looking at the positive qualities of that person rather than dwelling on the negative qualities of that person. Because the bottom line is, you're going to go home in a few days.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And we move on. So for me to focus on the positive qualities and to enjoy the positive qualities that show up rather than focusing on the negative qualities is a waste of my time and energy, and it ruins everything.
Right.
And vice versa.
It goes back to being a choice. It goes back to being a mindful, conscious, intentional choice. And the beauty of our relationship is that the choice is not a hard choice. There are people that try to do this and they sort of get through it. They get through it. But we get through it. We don't get through it. We do it. We like to do this. And I would love to say that the next, the girl that I ultimately end up with needs to be able to be in this place.
He says that every time.
I know.
I'm making him a T-shirt that says, ask me about my ex-wife.
Yeah.
He says that every time. Every time he's in between relationships.
And it's so few that have been able to show up.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, we've set you up. We've set up a on one of those dating sites. We've actually done your profile for you.
Oh, you have? Oh, good. That explains why I'm not getting any dates.
And it has our picture.
That really explains why I'm not getting any dates. Golly, I knew there was a reason.
I'm so not going there. So the holidays as this big family, right? Do you have any challenges that come up during this time that you'd like to talk about, or any like great things? Not just challenges, but fun times or fun moments or things that make it fun.
I mean, as far as with having Rob here, it really, and I tell people this all the time. And he just said it too. I consider him one of my best friends. Mm-hmm. I mean, we have a great. I think our sense of humor works well together.
Yes.
We can banter back and forth.
Yes.
Rob came and worked out at my martial arts school for the longest time, and it was fun having him there, not only as a student, but as an instructor.
Yeah, but you both respected each other, too. I mean, there's
he had to bow
respect.
to me, and that's why I did it.
So we're going to go back to healthy boundaries.
And I still make him bow as he walks in the house.
He so does not. He's so like messy.
But so what I was getting at is that having him here is not just. You can have people at your home and it's kind of a burden. Everybody's on guard and and it's like uncomfortableness and stuff, and you kind of do it for the kids.
Right.
But I look forward to you coming over. And I enjoy. You being here, and because it makes some really cool things for we always talk about it being for the kids.
It took 10 years. I mean, this is 10 years. Okay, this did not happen overnight. Although we did move in together for a year and a half early on.
That was early on.
Very early on. But again, we did all sit down and create healthy boundaries. Like we made sure that we have a lot of people here for the holiday, and most everybody has a door they can close or a separate space in some way, shape, or form.
Someone's actually sleeping here in my art studio.
Yes, my brother, who's in from California.
And he's an artist, so it's okay.
He enjoys being around all the art. But, I think, and we've all known each other long enough now that we can really respect each other's space. And when somebody wants to go downstairs or somebody needs some space, it's absolutely given. Nobody's following them around going, "What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?"
How come you're not participating?
Yeah.
This or that or the other thing. Right?
Yeah.
No, I think that's very true. Anything else that you wanted to talk about? Since we're on all the time, Yeah, I I was looking forward to this as well.
Yeah.
In that again, not just for the kids, but it is. I mean, you are my emergency contact in many cases. You're still my emergency contact because there's nobody, maybe except for Marcia, having been with her for 5 years, but you know me as good or better than anybody else in the world. And you still, and I trust you, and your judgment is my emergency contact. Would something catastrophic to happen, I'd want you there. I'd want you to be the one calling the shots more so than somebody else, because you have all the history, and so we say this is for the kids. It's the kids are a part of it. The kids are a part of it, and it's great to have them here.
Kids are that. This is bonus. This is above and beyond,
it is.
Because the purpose, the number one goal of this is so the kids can continue to have their parents.
Yeah.
The bonus is that we have new relationships, and that just it's like a new family member. I mean, we do. We talk about being family members,
right? And I think that's super important for people to listen to, because for people to look at us, it can seem like, either they're making it up or they are weird, they're an anomaly. And, I don't think it has to be an anomaly. I don't know whether you necessarily want your ex to stay with you for a week over the holidays, but at least, but at least
stay with me.
No, exactly.
Yes. But I think to at least, have them in your same home, or be in the same room, or be in the same church, or to be in the same hospital, in the hospital room, and be courteous or respectful, or to go, I spent blank number of years with this person.
Right.
There has to be something good about them. Let's
focus on the positive.
Focus on the positive. So if you can at least do that, I think that is huge.
Sure.
If you can be friends on top of it, I think that's icing. Like you said, it's icing on the cake.
Yep.
But to be able to go to the games and be in the same stands and do all that stuff. I mean, really, really honestly and truly for the kids. And then if there's anything else that I do think it is a bonus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we bottom line is, you said it, we're going to have weddings. We're going to have
births.
Pretty good chance, grandchildren. And we are going to have to be in the same room.
And graduations and all sorts of stuff. Right?
Yeah, and with who knows when our kids are going to come back from Europe. Right. I mean, and
we'll likely meet in Europe with our kids at some point before we actually maybe get back here. All of us together like this again.
Yeah. No, and why? I mean, when the kids have to choose between us, that's also taking time away from me to see you. It's time taking away from you to see me. So this way, we all get to get the benefit. Yeah.
Cool. Well, I was looking forward to this, and I think it turned out really good and a lot of fun. Yep. And it's kind of fun to share our extended family. On our show.
Put a face with a name. Yeah. It's all super good.
It's good to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Of course.
Well, so I always end it a certain way, Rob, but I'll add you a little bit to it. I appreciate your friendship, and I'm grateful for it. All right.
Right back at you, brother.
And Cindy.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you too, babe.
All right. I think that was a wrap.
I think it was a wrap.
That's a wrap. See you at FaceTime Live.